Hello and welcome. Yig here. Today we are looking at Soulstone Survivors again. It just released that big update that they were saying was going to happen, and while I do not have Sun Wukong open yet, there also seems to be an Easter event going, which is very cool. I love the Easter eggs. They're great. I played on a map earlier and there was like a bunch of Easter eggs that I was toting back and forth, and they were apparently very heavy Easter eggs. So, real quick, if you do like what you see in this gameplay, there'll be a link to the Steam page in the description. If you want to help the channel grow, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. So, on to it. If you have not seen Soulstone before, I'll give you a quick brief overview of what the meta progression is, and then we'll play my first run on the new level. So, the meta progression in this is deep and everywhere. That's the best thing I could tell you. So, we have all these currencies, and you get those during runs, and then there's also extra currencies over here and materials that you'll need to craft weapons. Weapons do different things. They are not necessarily better or worse than one another. The baseline weapon just doesn't really have a lot of special things, but it also doesn't have any negatives. Sometimes the negatives will outweigh the positives for a particular run. So it's one of those places that you know that you have a little bit of meta progression for each character there, and there are a good number of characters. So that's just within that. You have, if you go down, if we go down here, okay, let's go to somebody I don't have very much time on. Okay, you. So if you look at like here, you'll see these unique skills are locked. Those are skills that you open while playing. I do apologize that this intro will take a little bit because there's a lot of systems here. So those are unlocked by playing them and leveling them up. The levels you see here contribute to their overall level, how many of these skills they have unlocked, as well as the skill tree, which we will get to in just 1 second. Runes are unlocked by doing things during runs. For example, I don't know how to let me go here. Okay, so unlocked by progressing the skill tree with the Sentinel. So you know, that's how you unlock that one. So if you wanted to unlock one of these runes are powered by the rune system over here, and you have a number of points to spend, and each one of them, if you look, has a cost, and it gives you its benefit. And there's a pretty good, this is a pretty good loadout for the Necromancer, because the Necromancer can be a little slow at times. We have dash speed, we have controlled chaos, which allows this one's not super great, but it's also kind of nice. If damage rolls a random number between X and X, it rolls twice and picks the highest, which is nice. Sure-footed, take 15% less damage. Commanding presence, all damage I deal is reduced by 25%, but my summons are increased by 25%. I gain an extra reroll every 5 levels. That's a free one, so that's actually really nice because it's just free. And then start the game with the special weapon for your currently weapon skill for your currently equipped selected weapon. And again, it's free, and it's just a nice start at the beginning. Okay, so these runes are unlocked through play. We get to the skill tree. Each character has a number of a level, and each level gives them a point to use to get on the skill tree. So here's our Necromancer, and we're going to go up here, and this is the Necromancer skill tree right now. I don't have it all, but I do play the Necromancer a lot because it tends to make it easy for me to kind of zone out and watch the minions just destroy everything. I find that fun occasionally. So basically at this point I have a bunch of skill tree stuff on them. Nobody else is quite to that level. Like, the Necromancer is quite up there. I need to get some other people, and I now also need to spend some because some of these actually will affect everybody. I think there's one here. Like here, yeah. So this effect applies to all of your characters. Some of these effects do that, so you want to level everybody occasionally, even if you prefer one character. And then, of course, the achievements also help you figure out what you need to do. All right, that's actually all of it, which is a lot. So we're going to go with the Necromancer because the Necromancer, in my opinion, is kind of one of the easier characters. So we're gonna go with the Necromancer with that. I have my rune set up already, and we're going to go fight in the new area. So, the Dungeon of Despair. We must start at the beginning here. So we'll just take all these curses, and this is the thing you do to unlock the next difficulty. You play with all the curses, you unlock the next difficulty. Then you do that, you keep doing that, and there'll be a curse intensity, and you'll need to basically have most of the curses activated for everything behind the one you're trying to unlock. Kind of simple. And it'll tell you, you don't have enough curses. How can I not have enough curses to progress to the next curse level? That is all the curses I have. 5 out of 4. Which one are you not counting? I think it's confused. I think that might be a little error. Sometimes those happen. All right, so let's go into here. Dungeons of Despair, level 1. And this is going to be a nice, simple, easy run. And we start off with a couple of skeletons to do our dirty work and a poison nova. That's the weapon skill, the one that I was saying that I took for like 0. That's what that's doing. And it's putting those, that purple is doom stacks. And they basically are like curse stacks. And when they exceed the amount of hit life the thing has, it kills them. So it's kind of a cool thing. So, usual upgrade card system. If you've ever played a game like this, they tend to have card system upgrades, and they all tend to be things like this. But one thing about this one is you do get plenty of rerolls, banishes, and stuff like that from the base game. So you kind of end up being able to do... We're gonna play through this one relatively quickly. So I'll be grabbing we'll grab that for now. And then we will be basically working on getting our minions up to do everything as fast as possible. And this isn't going to take too long, I don't think, because if I remember correctly, these early matches like this, they're just not very... They don't take very long. You don't take very much damage. You have a lot of advantages, especially when you first start out. It can be a little difficult, but after you've gotten some points into the 1,000,001 different progressions in this game, it tends to end up out. Okay, Skeletal Warriors and Shadow Nova area? Yeah, okay, that's cool. So as you can see, we need to truck around here. Now the Necromancer does have one thing that you kind of have to pay attention to, and that is that you have a mob of enemies, and they're going to... here's our Doom. We're going to actually do this because that's going to help us stack Doom stacks, and I'll explain that in a moment. That'll be actually... That is one of the cooler mechanics. Poison, Doom, Frost, there's a lot of these mechanics that allow you to tailor how your run is, and also make for a variety in the run. So we're going to try and do Doom stacks this one. And Doom stacks is going to be basically that purple things you see on their life. Alright, we got some skeletal mages now. Look at that. Alright, we are doing good. Okay, so... life in this, with the exception of there may be a character who can heal, self-heal, but I don't remember. So don't hold me to that. For the most part, your life will be picking up those green crystals like that. Alright, we're going to go with armor, because... no, we'll go with damage. This game, you definitely want some survival stuff. Even if that survival stuff is just movement speed. And movement speed is really good in this. Like, super duper good. The thing about movement speed in this game is you can basically walk out of most of these patches when you get up to a certain amount of movement speed. And there's our Doom stacks, by the way. Like that? We just melted that boss with those Doom stacks. Okay, so epic multicast. One of the stats, let me show you the stats real quick. The stats in here, we have stats for... They show you everything. So you get all the information you need right here. So one of the things you'll get your crit chance, So multicast does what it says. It casts the spell multiple times. And one of the nice parts about it is... I think I accidentally skipped that, which is kind of a bummer, but that's fine. The thing about multicast... there we go. Skeletal archers. We are just cruising right along. Let's apply poison as well. Now we're applying... So if you look, when the next boss comes out, we will have a very good opportunity where you can see him. So we're gonna keep leaning on the Doom, and on this level, at this first difficulty level, those Doom stacks will kill most of these things so fast that you're gonna mostly be, as long as you don't get away from your undead by moving too fast, you're just going to cruise right through most everything, especially in these early ones. The Necromancer is probably this, out of all the base sort of, not base classes, but increase the multicast? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that for now. Yeah. So all of these things synergize, and there's a... This game has some very interesting parts. Like here, one thing I gotta show you is it's hilarious. There's actually a... Let me see. It's, I believe, graphics. No. It's under general then. Let me see. Somewhere in here. It should be under graphics. Health overlay, crosshair saturation. Oh, I feel bad. Ah, there it is. Special effects visibility. You can actually turn this down because this game, you can get to the point where you can't tell where you are or anything else is on the screen because some of the attacks get that large. All right, increasing. I want this to be good, and I think if I leaned into it, it would be good. But by the end of one of these, I have so many body parts on the ground that I just have like a near unlimited amount anyway. So we will go for the easy win with the more poison. When you're playing this, one of the progression with the, we'll start trying to speed that up so that it's not gonna. The progression with the materials is you move around these areas as you're doing stuff, and as you can see here, I got way ahead of my minions, so they have to come catch up with me before they can start murderizing things. A little dangerous if you leave your minions behind. All right, here's our doom. Let's crank that up. Oh my god, that's going from 171 to 514. Oh, that dash is tempting though. We're taking that dash. It's a dash, like. Especially with the Necromancer, who's kind of slow. Alright, here's our boss. Armor power, please. Oops. Alright. Look at that purple bar. As soon as that purple... There we go. That's the strength of, like, stacking those things. But that's also one of the interesting parts of this game, is that... it's not as big of an increase, but that dash in... That dash is going to be way better. Hey guys, come on, catch up. I need materials. So when you're in, each area drops in some materials are dropped in every area for the crafting of your weapons, but some materials are actually only dropped in one area or a different area. Increasing the damage of our poison, yes please, that'll be great. Oh hey, we forgot to pick up the crystal. Nice. All right, do we want XP or pick up area? Let's go pick up area, and then let's go with... let's go with the bigger area there. Increase our doggies' damage. Yeah, this would these early matches after you've gotten like pretty deep in the, not even pretty deep, after you've gotten into those trees a little bit, they're pretty easy, but you can still get killed if you don't pay attention, or if you do like I'm doing and just get like vastly ahead of them. So, but here's your objective is up here, by the way. It tells you need to kill a certain amount before the boss will spawn. All right, poison damage, and then how many bosses you need to kill. And as you go up in difficulties, that'll be more. The difficulty I'm working on for unlocking Sun Wukong, I think, is like 24, 22 bosses, something like that. Like, it's a lot of bosses. It's so many bosses. And I am not the best at video gaming. Skeletal Mage, get some 30% extra damage. These early levels, you can just go kind of berserk and just sit back and watch all your little dudes like just wreck everything. I should have taken that shield over there. That shield is a permanent damage reduction of 2 points. I can tell you that because I would normally take it every time, and I realized it right after I clicked. I was like, oh, shield. Here's our boss. Cast frequency. Cast frequency does what it says. It's going to make all of your stuff cast faster. Okay, so if you watch his life up here, and you see these stacks of green, that green one's our poison, so that's what's going to start doing extra damage too. So both of these are very, very, very tempting. But we don't have... Yeah, we'll do this. If I had more crit chance, that would have been good, but like, we'll just come over here. So he's taking 174 stacks worth of like 500 damage, and he's taking, you know, our doom stacks are just growing like crazy. And the Necromancer, you kind of have to like steer next to them, because most of your doom stacks come from the other one. If you do doom stacks build, you don't have to do that. It is definitely not necessary. All right, let's fish for one more. Ooh, doggies get powered up. Alright, so we're 3 out of 4, which isn't too bad. As you can see, the spell graphics do get pretty crazy pretty fast. Let's see. Alright. We'll go refill those hit points that we did not lose. Now, once I get Wukong open, I'll make another video because I love Wukong. Wukong's one of my favorite characters in literature. Read that book when I was a kid and it kind of stuck. So I'm like, any game I can play Wukong in, I'm playing Wukong. So Putrid Hounds go up again. Oh man, there are big damage in this run. Whoa, what was that guy? Oh, we killed him so fast I couldn't see. He looked like a big giant face with 2 stubby arms. Yeah, see the body parts you can kind of see. Like we haven't taken much of them. Oh, we haven't moved though, and that's kind of bad for my collecting of resources. Which is okay though. These lower levels, they don't tend to give you as much resources, so we're not missing out too much. Man, Chaos Golems would be kind of nice, but we would have to give up that extra. You know what? We haven't powered that up at all. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We haven't powered that. We'll just have to build up our multicast for ourselves. That'll work. That'll work. We can do that. Hey guys. There we are. Yeah, you can kind of only move as fast as your pack when you're the necromancer. I had a run. Oh man, I want to say it was like 2 weeks ago. Oh, more Chaos Golems, lots of poison, more doom. Let's go more doom. Lean into that doom. Ooh, 30%. Oh, and it affects everything except for the Shadow Nova. I had a game earlier today where the Shadow Nova was like it is now, so you never see it go off because it's just not been powered up at all. There's no cooldown, nothing. At the end of it I was like, oh, that's probably not great. Tempting. See, lad, oh man, I should have took that other one. That was a Oh, I'm gonna have to pay more attention. It used to be the same level every time, but I realize now that there are different levels of it now, and that's super good. But I also have to super pay attention to that. Otherwise, I might take out the wrong one. Okay, I know what he's gonna do. Is he the flamethrower guy? Oh yeah, he's the flamethrower guy. Right now, we're kind of on the slow side, but we don't really have to worry too much about that because we obliterated that man. Poison damage or more doom stacks. That's a baby doom stack. Let's take the pickup berry. Baby, that's cool. Ah, man. Every time I come back to this game, I find new stuff that I love. This game, if you want a challenge, you can keep cranking up those difficulty levels, and it will give you a challenge. If you want to just kind of sit back and relax and pardon me, and watch everybody just get destroyed on the screen for you, like this necromancer does, yeah, you can do both. That's one of the nice things I like about a lot of roguelites. You can kind of tailor the experience to what you want that day. Like there's some that can be just mind-bendingly hard, and then you just make a little change and it's like, all right, we're good. See how fast these guys blow through the boss. I apologize about the cursing. While I know it's not a terrible thing to curse, it just makes it easier for YouTube not to complain. And we like it when YouTube doesn't complain, because YouTube will make it so that your video never gets seen by anyone. Thankfully, I've never had that happen for any weird reasons. Armor. Yeah, we'll take armor. Armor's damage reduction block is an actual chance to Okay, so if I remember correctly, we have a dodge chance? No. But you have block, which basically has a % chance to mitigate, and then armor power, which actually reduces. And on higher levels, like a combination of the two becomes very optimal, since they basically kind of feed into each other real well. Alright, we can gall them up. Oh, there we go. Let's get that poison in there. We got one Void Lord left to go. Yeah. 5 minutes later, my poison nova goes off for the second time of the match. Yeah, you can see it. It's like, we haven't powered it up at all, so it just barely ever does anything. You're skeletons. I'm the necromancer. So we have just barely enough speed to like walk and run almost ground patches. Alright, let's Sure. And the thing about it is that like some of these builds like this, when you're doing builds like these, you don't necessarily have to build for crit, which means you can kind of ignore certain stats depending on your build, and that can help you refine it to do more of what you're trying to do and do more damage. Like we're just wiping guys out with purple bars here, and you can see it once it gets triggered. It's it's like a buzzsaw going through this. All right, here's our last boss. Let's reroll up. Frequency, doom damage. Let's reroll. We're gambling. Damage modifier on archer, cast frequency, reroll. Hey, there's the damage reduction. Okay, I'll be a man of my word and take that this time. Yeah, it's 2 straight damage reduction, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you pair it with the damage... Oh, we beat the boss. He got off-screened. Whoops. I like that level. This level's cool. I like the layout because it kind of keeps you have to move around it in a different way. Oh, yeah, well, I guess I should probably go to the portal before I keep talking. Let's go to the portal. Now, the red portal, I don't remember. I think that's challenge mode. The purple portal is unlimited mode with scaling, and the blue portal is exiting. And the first time that you beat a level like this, to get access to the next level, you have to exit. So, I think. Or the red one goes directly to the next one with full curses. I can't remember. But this has been This has been Soulstone Survivor. Rogue Soulstone. I was reading the screen like a dummy. This has been Soulstone Survivor. This Easter event is very cool. The map with it on it has little eggs. You pick it up and they make you really, really, really slow. And then things chase you around as you go deliver the eggs. The game itself is a huge fun. If you like Survivor games, you will absolutely love this game. If you want a challenge, it will challenge you. If you want to just make the screen disappear in special effects, you can do this. This game is very fun, and I highly recommend it. So, that is why I think you should try Soulstone Survivors. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.